they would leave behind the military guard, knowing how the scam worked. They would then put in a new leader who was really part of the same group. They would blame the guy that fled, and the new guy would get up and say, this is just horrible and terrible. We've got to have emergency reorganization, and I'm sorry, the middle class we've developed, you have to give your land over because we signed it over. It's forfeit. And if you don't, we're going to send the army in to take it from you. And, of course, the army gets to loot you and rape your wife while they're at it. The local corrupt cops get to, so they go along with it. That's how you got Latin America. And the globalists are masters. They know that the Mexicans and the Argentines and the Brazilians and all of them are going to find out. So they know they're pretty sophisticated people. They've been screwed a lot. They're not like Americans that are, Latin Americans just love me. Even though I bash La Reconquistas, they respect me and love me all over. I've just flocks of foreigners and illegal aliens running up to me because they know the truth, ladies and gentlemen. They just want somebody to tell them the truth. They want somebody who doesn't lie. They've lived through it. And so the globalists are sophisticated. You don't think they blame the banks or the globalists. No. They blame Gringo. They blame the USA. And what do they see in Guatemala or Mexico? They see the Marine Corps. They see Smedley Butler, the Marine Corps general, getting off the boat. And they do see gringos coming down and grabbing their ports and taking over their mines and nationalizing them and then leaving after new puppets are put in. And so to them, it was gringos that came and took their farms. But it was just gringos getting paid a few dollars a week to come do that who got nothing. And back home, when the Rockefellers wanted the gringos mine or the gringos ranch or the gringos farm, they'd send in Pinkerton security to slaughter gringos too. Gringos kill gringos. And now the New World Order comes down and hires Latin American death squads and flies them over to Iraq to kill other brown people. It has nothing to do with color. It has to do with money and power. And so let me give you the news flash. They're now doing that here on the IMF World Bank plan. Talked about that. And I've been telling you for more than a decade, and I've been screaming for 5 years, and now every day I'm talking about it because it's happening now, folks. And I want to give you a news flash, police and military and everybody else. Don't be like the elites, enforcers in Mexico and Argentina and other places. But you know what? You are going to be like them. You're going to go along for your 20 pieces of silver and destroy the country and everything else. And you'll be given an emotional, psychological salve. You'll be told, that you had to do it. And you'll be given propaganda reasons in the news and the media. But don't you say you weren't told. And don't you say you didn't know and somebody didn't tell you. Don't you say you weren't warned. And you understand, you make the decision to do the gun confiscation and the work brigades and all the things that are coming to this country. They're certainly gearing up for it like it's about to happen. I pray it doesn't happen every day, but it looks like it probably is, sooner rather than later. Just remember you knew the truth, and you decided to lie to yourself. And it was this lying to yourself, not just the police and military, but the yuppies and the good old boys and the people that think they're part of the elite when they're not even lower middle class. All of you, just remember you were told. Just remember you were warned. All right, I said I'd take calls. I just wanted to get that out there. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. What comes around goes around. You reap what you sow. Karma, whatever you want to call it. It's all over our message boards at prisonplanet.com and on the comment pages, on the stories. All these Native Americans are in there saying, yeah, you did it to us. You did it to us. You did it to us. You did it to us, you did it to us, you did it to us, now it's going to happen to you. But see, it's more sophisticated than just that. The natives would come to the gringos and say, we want you to go team up with us to kill the other tribe. And so everybody was evil. We're all humans. We all act the same, folks. And there were a lot of wars that the whitey lost at first, you see. And then, by the 1880s, when there was only a few tribes, a few Comanche and Blackfoot left that were still wild and free, they were hunted down. They were taken to camps. Concentration camps were invented by the British 200 years ago and perfected by the U.S. cavalry 130 years ago. Hitler wrote memos on it saying, I want the way it's described in this Civil War document. from the United States. And so that's who we are. Let's just be honest. Now, I always say how great America is. Compared to everybody else, we have been upstanding. We've been incredible. More patents, more inventions. The toughest, the meanest, the roughest, the bravest. The whole world marveled at Americans because we were the motley crew. We were the pirates and the poor people and the criminals and the explorers and the tough stuff that came over here. The toughest people from Europe, the toughest people from Africa, the toughest people from the Middle East, the toughest people from China, the adventurers, the toughest people from Latin America, from Mexico were willing to come to Texas where Indians were trying to kill you. The Mexicans came, the Spanish came and said, help us, gringos. You kill all the Indians in Tennessee. You kill them in Illinois. You kill them in the Dakotas. We need you. And then Whitey came in, and the Anglo-Saxons ran around with a slaughter fest, fighting the Indians 5-1. That's right, it was about 5-1 at first. And then Santa Anna said, well, the gringos have killed all the Indians for me. Now I'm coming in to take it over. See, that's real history, folks. It's all evil. The Mexicans are evil. The whites are evil. The Germans are evil. The Jews are evil. It's all of us. It's who we are, ladies and gentlemen. The elites of the Germans, the Chinese, the Jews, the British are evil. They're cutthroat scum. They're scum in Mexico. They're scum in America. They're scum in Canada. They're scum in Japan. And it's time to realize that it's good people who team up together, knowing the nature of the world, to team up. The good people who just want their little piece of land and want to live their life and who aren't greedy. We have to always team up in history when things get bad, and when the people who are greedy want to take what we've got and enslave us. We got to team up and say, you know what, we're not going along with this. You want the New World Order to stop real fast? You just don't talk to government people, and they're your neighbor. Of course, the reverse of that is you could talk to them and try to deprogram them. But, I mean, the thing is just really get aggressive with this information. Get in people's faces. Let them know it matters. And again, I'm not saying the Germans as a people are evil. I'm not saying the Jews as a people are evil. I'm not saying that the Chinese as a people are evil. I'm saying, well, look at the Chinese fighting like tigers against their government with sticks and stones and baseball bats against troops with machine guns, and they're winning in almost every city. All over China, every 2 days, there's a riot where the police rape some girl or grab somebody for their organs. I mean, it's a very corrupt elite in China. And the Chinese people, unarmed, are winning. China is teetering on revolution, ladies and gentlemen. The states waging economic warfare against all the areas that aren't central trade or construction cities. Again, it is the evil elites. And all of us are evil in one way or another. All of us are fallen. All of us do bad things. We have to be in a daily struggle against... But by the way, being good doesn't mean you're a wimp. No, in fact, being good means you have the courage to fight. Being good means you have the courage to stand up for yourself. All right, I said I'd go to your calls. Listen, there have been no societies in human history except for Switzerland. That's where the founders got the idea. Notice they never get invaded and they're richer than anybody else. You don't just have to have guns, you got to have explosives over there. Where people can be armed. I mean, everybody else has always been slaves. And that's it. I mean, you need to hate the government, distrust the government, dislike it. No, instead, oh, the government's my friend. The government isn't your friend. And let me tell you something, denying that they're putting cancer viruses in the vaccines will get you and your family killed. And now they know a lot of us aren't taking shots, so they're putting it in other stuff. Bastards. They want you dead, and when you die of cancer, they want to suck every bit of money out of you you've saved because they don't want you passing it on to your children. They don't want sovereign wealth. You understand? Let's go ahead and take another call. Let's go ahead and talk to Joe in Wisconsin. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex. I wanted to continue on what you were talking about before about people's mindsets. I think you are having a definite impact, and people are. I just read a Popular Mechanics where they were complaining about people not taking their vaccines, and they have to cherry pick these individual little categories where, well, they should have vaccinated. But anyway, I also want
Yeah, it's as a government mouthpiece, and it's like, look, this child got sick because they hadn't had it. Take the shots. We love you. God, please believe us. We just love you so much. Drink the fluoride. We'll spend $10 million in San Antonio of government money to fluoridate because we care about your teeth.
Yeah, we should label all the fluoride treatments brainwash. But anyway.
Oh, we love you. Oh, God, the government loves you.
There's a mindset, though, that really annoys me. There's these 80-year-olds out there, and I want to thank Charles. Kudos to you down there in New Orleans. You know, he's fighting the good fight. But there are some people that are older that say, well, I'm not long for this world, and they just give up, and they don't care what happens to the rest of us. And I'm just, what is wrong with you? You know, can't you fight? You know, at least I have the mindset that duty is ours, consequence is God's. You know, I'm trying to get a mobile DVD burning command center going. You know,
stay there. Let you finish up quickly on the other side, Joe. Then Don, Robert, Steve, Helen, and others. There's some good news, too, on the 9/11 front. Oh, we've gotten the Bohemian Grove complete list for this year. Paul Watson's doing a big story on that.